What is up, YouTube? Thrift School over here inside of the Goodwill, starting right away, seeing what we find at the electronics section like always. And I noticed this Goodwill started putting remotes out. So normally you couldn't find remotes just sitting on the shelf here, and I usually need them a lot of the time for combo players or different big electronics that I end up buying. Well, I was able to grab a whole bunch of them here at $1 a piece. Some of them I did end up putting back because in AIWA, A-I-W-A, I never really find those, but I still looked it up to see if the remote was worth anything, and it wasn't. And this Panasonic one here actually did end up being worth a little something. You know, at $1 a piece, you can find model numbers hidden in battery compartments sometimes. So that's just a little tip that I have for you guys if you can't find the model number. And I was able to look it up, and it was worth something. This Funko Pop had a pretty damaged back of the box at $2. I stuck it in the cart just in case it was worth something. It really wasn't worth too much. And same thing with this Tigger toy right here for a sprinkler for a hose system. Decided to throw it in the cart before I even looked it up, and I do that with a lot of things just to see if it's worth something in the future. I don't want anybody else grabbing it before I grab it, so I do just end up sticking things in my cart all the time. Seeing this remote up here, it's a Sony, which, you know, Sony remotes are usually pretty good, and I was hoping maybe it was priced alone, but it wasn't. It was with that system that it was on top of, so I had to leave it. But take a look inside of this cart. This is a couple minutes later, and holy cow, guys, we found a lot of stuff. I found some Sony little camcorder cassettes. They're usually worth some good money. A bunch of video games. I actually didn't scan them yet. The Castlevania does end up being worth some good money. You'll see that soon. Some DVDs, all those remotes, and a bunch of really cool stuff that you guys will see me really go over at the end of the video. But I wanted to give you guys a quick look at this Ninja pressure cooker type thing. $20. It's a little greasy and gross inside, but it was definitely worth it, guys. The profit on that thing is amazing. Over $200, I believe. And I'm over here in the shoe section, and I see a Salvatore Ferragamo shoe. Now, that's something I don't normally find at my Goodwill, but that price, $20. And it's pretty scuffed. It's not in the best shape. The soles aren't in the best shape, but $20 can definitely be a good price for these. I did end up looking it up, and this didn't really look like a very desirable model. We have a pair of Aldos over here, a pair of Kenneth Coles, and I was curious about the prices on these. $15, and I believe these were $15 as well. So they did price the Ferragamos up. They know that they're worth a little bit. These shoes, $15. Look how busted up the toe is on that. And now I'm moving over to the VHS tapes, guys. I found one of the funniest VHSs I've ever seen. It's called Bible Man, Defending the Shadow of Doubt. And this looked so interesting to me. I was hoping it was worth some money, and it just wasn't. So I ended up having to leave it. But I do like to look at these weird VHS tapes. And this one, you know, they're all only $1. They're really cheap. So if you could find some valuable ones, hey, why not? And then I saw this interesting one. It's called Cops, The Big Shakedown. And I don't know, it's just a cartoon about cops that shoot things out of their wrists. I have no idea. But some of these things are pretty interesting for $1 a piece. Might be fun to watch once in a while, but not so much for resale. Godzilla, guys. This one also didn't end up being worth much, but always look up every Godzilla you find, whether it be DVDs, VHS tapes. Guys, I've sold a couple Godzilla VHS tapes for $20 and up, and DVDs for $30 and up. So it's definitely possible. As I scanned this one in, you could see price just wasn't there. And here I am looking at the Castlevania, guys. Kind of damaged. Otherwise, I would have just gotten it for the case and the artwork, but I opened it up and it wasn't in there. Of course, the one that's worth money isn't in there. Had to leave it behind. It's a shame. And then I go to the glass case and I see these Nikes. They look so interesting. They were used. I had them pull it out so I could check the price on it, guys. $100 is what they wanted for it. You could see on eBay it's not worth that much. Okay, guys, we are now back to the house. These things need to be tested big time. They give you a 2-day return policy, but it's only for store credit, so if they don't work, I mean, I'm gonna spend money at Goodwill anyway, so it is what it is. $20 on this guy, $15 on this, $6 on that. Over here, I ended up finding a Hunger Games trilogy. Now, these books aren't really worth too much if they're used, but this is like a cool different set. It was $3. You can see the original retail price of 40. I'm gonna make about 22 on this. Well, I'm gonna sell it for about 22, I think. So, still not bad. What else do we have? These Sonys. I'm gonna sell them for about 15 to 20. Only paid $1. Not bad. I'll take that. We got a couple remotes and the big find in the glass case. This TI-84 Plus Silver for $15. Not bad. When school session starts again, these go for a lot when school is like right about to be in session. Right now, it's a little low because everybody's in the middle of the semester. So I did actually end up getting a good amount of stuff. Hopefully those electronics work, but I got something fun to show you guys. I was looking at the corner of my house and I see a package. I want to cover up the package because I don't want you guys to see addresses. But I got a package. Let's check it out. This box is from the College Picker, which is pretty sweet. So we're gonna pop it on the car. He put like 5 shipping labels on it, so I really have to cover it up. But we're gonna pop this thing open. He used eBay tape. I love it. Here's his channel right here, by the way. He puts out a lot of awesome videos. He just sold this Levi's jacket he found for $5,000. Pretty insane, pretty awesome. But let's open this package up. All right, with my bare hands, I ripped open the box. I didn't have a knife with me, and used a few layers of this eBay tape. It held very well, so that's cool. What do we have in here? He knows I'm a Dolphins fan. Take a look at this. Oh, that's beautiful, guys. Locker line, size XL. I'm a size medium, but this looks like a medium. I mean, I fit into a medium to large, but this looks, it's definitely vintage, so this would fit me 100%. I'm gonna pop it on in a second, and I think there's a note. I didn't forget. I was just looking for the right item. I think that's all that's on there. So he was messaging me over on Instagram, I believe it was, saying he found a Dolphins thing. He knows I'm a Dolphins fan at the thrift store, and asked me if I wanted it. And I said, yeah, man, I mean, sure, why not? That sounds awesome. I'll definitely take a Dolphins item. And that was a long time ago. That was a couple months ago. I did think he forgot, and I was like, it's fine. I'm not gonna pester him for it. It was a gift anyways, and he didn't forget. So that's cool. I got it. I'm gonna pop this on and see how well it fits. And here we have it. Looks pretty good. It's a little short. Doesn't come all the way down, but that's kind of vintage for you. So I like it. Looks cool. I'm wearing my little Patagonia underneath that I always wear. It's warm. It's nice. It's cozy. I like it. Thank you very much. And this is something I could definitely wear when the football season starts again. And I gotta rock the teal and orange. So thank you, College Picker. Be sure to check out his channel. This was a cool gift, and I gotta find something for him now. Pop this back on because it's a little more fuzzy and a little more soft for me sitting around the house, and it's still freezing. So it was just snowing the other day, then it was 60, now it's raining. Who knows what's going on with the weather? It doesn't even matter anymore. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Those shoes that I showed you, those Nike shoes inside of the Goodwill, they wanted $100 for them. $100. And they only sold for maybe like 70, 80 bucks shipped, I believe it was. And they don't sell every time brand new. They sell for like 140, I think it was, maybe a little bit less. But $100 for a used pair of shoes with some dirt stains on the back, that's just crazy, Goodwill. Come on, what are you doing? But I still found some good stuff, guys. So obviously don't just let 1 or 2 overpriced items discourage you. Maybe you go into, focus on me, man. Focus, camera, focus. Maybe you go into a Goodwill or somewhere and you're like, wow, this place is overpriced because you just looked at the glass case, and then you get discouraged. Nah, start digging, start seeing what they underprice, because some stores might overprice some things up front and their clothing's underpriced. Sometimes the clothing is overpriced, but the CDs, video games, movies are underpriced. Same goes with the toys and electronics and books, and there's just so many different sections to the thrift store. You can't always rely on one, even if it is your bread and butter. I can't rely on one. I try to look at every little section of the store besides the women's clothing. I still don't really look at women's clothing. I tried to when I first started, and I personally just hated it. So you also gotta do what you like to do, and that's the reason why I do this, because I like to do it. I'm not gonna, obviously I'll do some things I don't like, because that's just comes with the territory, but looking at women's clothing is a no for me. What are some of your guys' like bread and butter sections to look at in the thrift store? Like, where do you go first? For me, if I'm not checking the glass case, I always go to the electronics. I don't know why, I just always do. I usually find stuff back there, but if I don't, then right from the electronics, I go check out video games, CDs, DVDs, just because they're quick and easy to scan, right? Anything new sealed, pop, pop, pop. Video games, I kind of know off the top of my head. It's a shame the Castlevania game was empty. The case was empty. Somebody stole it. Just the way it is, but that's kind of like how I do it. And then I'll start to rotate around, check out toys, check out clothing, check out home goods. I don't really check out glassware too much now. Shoes, kind of overpriced. Those Salvatore Ferragamos for 20 bucks today. They were kind of scuffed up. They didn't look like a super popular model. I looked them up on eBay. Maybe get like 40 bucks. I don't know. They were in rough shape, so let me know what you guys do when you hit up the thrift store. I'm curious. I always like reading what people have to say in the comments down below. But if you did like the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already. This is Thrift School, signing out. See ya.